All right, so what a productive day this was. What a productive 3 days this has been. So I'm gonna do this a new video here and show you kind of where we're at. We're getting ready to start masking this thing and get the front doors put back on it. So this also be a little bit of an educational video in case anyone has any questions about how I do the paint process. I don't paint cars in pieces. There's many reasons I don't do it. One of the many reasons is you will scratch something, chip something, drop something, putting the car back together. It's gonna happen. Especially don't want it to happen on my own when I have minimal time to work in between customer projects. I don't do it on customer cars because I haven't ever been requested to paint separately, for one, and for two, the same thing can happen. Another thing, on any color but probably black, it's gonna be a different color. I don't care how good you are or how good you think you are. I've talked about this many other of my videos. I have proof, pictures of six-figure cars that the freaking doors do not match. I see them all the time. So, if you find a car that was painted in pieces, even on the same day, and it does not variate color, that is in the minority, not the majority. So anyway, we'll move on from that. I'll show you a little bit of what we had to do. Again, the roof is already painted white. Unless I have a change of heart, it's gonna stay that way. There's still time if I decide to go all black. I have thought about it, but kind of like black with a white top, especially with that white streak down the center. This here is going to be white. That'll be done after the car is painted. This here is already painted, base clear, and sanded with 1000 to gas out. But today we did some major progress. I made a video this morning and uploaded it, and it looks like this is 2 weeks later. I'm very happy with the progress that was made today. 320 finished, 600 of the entire car. Getting it ready for the SPI black base coat. Got the car floorboards washed out, all that good stuff. So, got the dirt and stuff cleaned off the wheels and tires. Got the car jacked up in the air because how else are you going to paint under these fins? So, hopefully, just got to remember to concentrate when I'm back here and make sure I don't get a lot of dry spray or even runs. So make sure to get that good and shiny so we ain't back there cutting and buffing that mess later. But everything's looking good. We got everything sanded. Even got these doors over here sanded. Painted the jambs of those yesterday and all the valence panels. You've seen that in the last video. 320, 600 is showtime. So 59 Chevy, a little tricky car to paint. So if you got one of these fin mobiles, Cadillac, Chevys especially, you know, you got two sides. On a Cadillac, you got this side and this side. Chevy, you got this side and this side. So this is flat like a pancake on one side. You got the chrome strip that separates it. So you got to get it up in the air and get it painted. So doors will go back on probably tomorrow. Try to get the car, start to mask the car. And then I've also got to do a last minute. I screwed up when I was doing the edges of the hood. Forgot to touch this up because this got messed up. Got a little ahead of myself on this car. I painted the jambs and then realized I still needed to do more body work on the car. All that beating and banging and fitting and all that stuff, I ended up messing up some of the jambs. So I got to do some touch up on the jambs after the car's painted. That is what I would not do on a customer car, but this was mine. I was trying to speed the process up, but it bit me in the rear end. But lesson learned. It could have paid off, and actually for the most part it did, because I didn't have to take the car back apart. Also, I learned a new trick that if you go back and touch up some of the edges of the jambs, around the edges of the hood or edges of the doors, do a good job of edging it out. Be real careful. You can actually get rid of the paint lines that way. So I did discover that recently. Just another little trick that you learn over the years. But again, you know, if you want a piece paint, True Blocks on their page has a very good in-depth tutorial of how to properly piece paint without color variation. Because when you, even he says, they work on a lot more fancier cars than I've ever worked on, and they say, you know, you put together and you seal and then you base and then you hang everything in place loosely to spray the base coat so it all matches, the final few colors all match, and then you pull back apart to clear. Well, clear, you ain't got to worry about no variation in color, but again, then you got to be worried about clumsy and putting the car back together without gouging something. So anyway, there's many different ways to go about it, but I have my way. I'm sure many of you have your own way, and if it works, I would suggest sticking to it. But if I go to the car show and I see the doors don't match, then I'll just keep my mouth shut. So anyway, with that being said, restoration inquiries, as always, will be in the video description. This will be the last video on this 59 Chevy before it's painted. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.